The title After Portrait of Verena Dengler by is basically saying that they are not really copies, they are versions of works by other artists. I didn't exactly copy them one to one. One drawing, for example, is a drawing of this portrait by Josephine Pride hanging on my wall in my house, and another one where I used a drawing by Lucy Mackenzie that she did of me years ago. It's a kind of still life of where it's lying on my desk and there's other stuff around. So it's a very subjective appropriation or whatever you want to call it. This artwork came into being when I was conceiving my solo exhibition titled Dengler Up in Blue, which opened at the end of the year 2014 at Gallery Meyer-Keine in Vienna. I was thinking at the time a lot about astrology because I was having a difficult Neptune transit. And I was told recently by a student from Geneva that who has synesthesia, so he can see colors, that my face to him has the color blue, cyan, like the ocean, and he gave me a stone which is exactly the color of my face, apparently. It's a turquoise stone. And planet Neptune is associated with dreams and music and poetry, but also deception and lies. And it's also a transpersonal planet. This was for me to think so much about the color blue to pay tribute to this transpersonal aspect. Because this show, in all the drawings, there are 8 drawings I'm in, but it's not about me, it's more about structural topics. It was really common to be asked to model for when I was studying. You know, you get asked by other artists, and usually, well, all the time you do it for free. And I always said yes to these things because I was curious and kind of flattered, I guess. And only later I started to question this model of basically doing unpaid labor. You provide your personality and your clothes, your look, I don't know, everything. Yeah, so it's also a question of who is the author of the work if I copy something where I have been the model. The artist's work I reference in my series are Josephine Pride, John Kelsey, Lucy Mackenzie, an Austrian artist called Tanja Wiedmann, and the artist Will Benedict. I did not particularly choose them, it's just all the artists that have asked me to model for them over time. And so in a way they chose me. For me, it's kind of like an archive. For me, to do these portraits was a way of looking back and retrospectively understanding these situations, or maybe also what people were seeing in me, like these kind of projections. And also, it was supposed to be a funny way of reversing this name dropping, because usually if they use people in their works, they're like, oh, I know this person, I know this person. But in my way, it was like, hey, they know me. So, but somehow this humor aspect got a little bit not so visible because of the other topics that were more related to it. But I want to point out that for me it was also funny. For me it's absolutely great to live and work in Vienna. Apart from the obvious cliches that it has been nominated Best City in the World for, I don't know, 100 times now. But it has also influenced my work greatly. I did a show in Vienna in 2013 in the Mumok Museum, which was dealing very much with Vienna, especially the social democrat structures of art, supporting the arts, with a kind of my own impression of that growing up here in Vienna, in a very social democrat city, which has a, you know, its pros and cons, and but generally, I mean, it's a very affordable place with great art institutions. Yeah, in case you are wondering about my outfit, I am a member of the oldest fraternity in Austria, Burschenschaft Hysteria. It is women only, and we are aiming at establishing matriarchy. We are propagating quota regulation for women, 200% in all jobs. It's a secret fraternity. That's why I cannot disclose any names, but we are a very strong network. We will infiltrate everything and get all the positions for our members, of course. We have a privileged position, and people do not want to mess with our fraternity here in Austria. Heil Hysteria.